Good, yeah.
Yeah. And I think, can you also
Okay.
a little like come too
Yeah,
close
that's
to me
fine.
because
That's fine.
yeah.
All right, we got it.
I'm not sure that we are also live right now or not, but I think we are. Yes. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. هدف از اینکه که ما باشیم که
There we go.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. اولتر از همه سلام و عرض ادب خدمت تمام هموطنان نهایت عزیز و دوستانی که در هر کجای دنیا زندگی میکنیم. امیدواریم که شب و روز خوشی داشته باشیم و هدف از لایف آمدن من امروز است که با خود یک مهمان داریم و موضوع لایف ما است که این دوست ما و برادر ما یک شهروند امریکایی است، مسلمان شده بعد از یک عالم تحقیقات و جستجو و میخواییم که سوالات خدمت اینا مطرح کنیم و جوابا را از طریق از اینا با هم میشنویم و میبینیم که چی نظر دارم و پیش از پیش میخواییم که سوالاتی داشته باشیم. How are you, Mr. Kevin?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. If you please can speak up, it will be better. I think.
Yeah. All right.
The first question I have, could you please introduce yourself to valued viewers?
Yes, my name is Kevin Perkins. How are you all doing today? I'm actually converted to Islam years ago, many years ago, as a younger man. And I feel that Ghulam here worked with me, and we feel that there's some truths that need to get out too about Islam, true Islam, so people have a better understanding. And we hope this will, make people's minds more broader and understanding a little bit better. So we're going to do some questions now and see what we can do to help the situation.
Yeah, that's good. The second question that I have, would you mind telling us what made you to accept or convert to Islam?
What made me accept and convert to Islam was the fact that I was born and raised a Christian, and I grew up in the Christian church and all that, but I could never really find all the true answers. And believe it or not, before I converted to true Islam, at one time I experimented with the Baha'i faith. Then I went from the Baha'i faith started reading the Quran, and they use a lot of the Quran. So what I did is I started reading the Quran more. I started finding more truths and more realities, and I was finding the answers in the Quran that I couldn't find anywhere else.
All right. Thank you so much. What do you think you feel yourself more comfortable that you are currently a Muslim?
I feel more comfortable now because I feel more at peace because I did it by choice. It was my own choice. Nobody forced it on me. Nobody made it. A lot of conception. There's a lot of misconceptions out there. They think that Islam is forced on people. True Islam is not forced on anyone. It's optional. In true Islam, we respect all religions. Nobody's forced or anybody is made to do anything. What I see is there's a lot of misconception with the public out there and the media, and they don't allow the true understanding to get out. Like, for example, I saw an interview I listened to an interview on the radio about a couple of years ago. There was a top cleric for the United States was being interviewed, and they were talking about many things, Sharia law, they were talking about a lot of things. And every time he would try to explain the meaning of Islam, he would be cut off. And it angered me because Christians, it's not a problem. Catholics, not a problem. Anything's not a problem. What's the difference? We all serve the same God. We all serve.
Thank you so much. The fourth question, what do you think the limited people in the world saying Muslim people are terrorists. Is that right?
I think that's very wrong. I think that you have radical terrorists that use the name of Islam, and they're doing bad things, but they're not really true Islamists, because if they were, they would understand that true Islam is a peaceful, it's a non-violent belief. All the Muslim people that I know and I've been around, they're not violent people. They're very peace-loving people. And it's no different than you got a Christian radical. It's no different than you got any religion. Anybody can use the name of any religion and say, in the name of Muhammad or in the name of Jesus, they go out and they kill, they do terrorism. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's just a misconception. Most people that have any little bit of education, they would understand that. People have a tendency to go by what they're told. They don't go by what they see. I strongly recommend that people, if you want to know about Islam, then they should grab the Quran, read it. They have it. The Quran's printed in many languages. Read it and interpret it, and get your own reasoning from it. Because a lot of people that I used to feel against Islam that I've talked to about, some have a better understanding now. So if they take the time out to learn, I think they would better themselves.
Oh, thank you so much. The fifth question, could you tell us a little bit, what did you learn about Islam through Holy Quran?
Okay, can you repeat that question? I'm sorry.
I mean, could you tell us a little bit, please, what did you learn about Islam through Holy Quran, through Quran?
Okay, well, Holy
Did
Quran.
did you learn anything?
Oh yeah, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and I've grown spiritually as a result of it. I've learned that there's a lot of benefits when you submit to, to Allah, which is God. Allah is the same. What I've learned through Islam is that there's total submission. You have to have total submission to Allah.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. As you're a Muslim now, do you think your closest ones, such as your family, your friends, and others, are not against of you?
I have people that are probably against me and people that aren't, but you know what? I would rather have them in their own minds be against me than God be against me, than Allah be against me, because I submit to Him, I don't submit to them. I am the only person that follows Islam in my family. I don't force it in my family. They understand my beliefs. They accept it. They don't criticize because I don't criticize theirs. But in all reality, it's just ignorance of the mind because people don't understand that it's just our way of submitting to God.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for giving information. If you don't mind, could you tell us what's your message or saying to other ones?
What I say to the other ones is go out there, read the Quran, investigate, go to a mosque, go to a service. You may find answers, you may not. I don't know what each individual person is looking for. I don't know where you're at in your spirituality. All I can tell you is don't be afraid to go out and search, and you might find the answers. You may not, you may. I don't know. That's only between you and God. But don't be afraid to look at it and say, in other words, don't throw Islam to the side just because somebody says it's bad. Throw it aside because maybe it's not. You don't find the answers. But if you find the answers, but at least give it a shot, give it a chance, and see if it works for you. It worked for me.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Kevin. I appreciate for all you were saying, and I'm really glad that you're my brother, Muslim brother, and we're proud to you, and all people will proud to you. And the religion, Islamic religion, is not a religion that also criticize or saying bad about other religion, and we are trying to do our best as we can. We will come back to you at the end if you have another saying, and I will ask you. But before that, I have also a message to my people.
Okay.
I'm going to share with them if you don't mind.
That's fine.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I have a message and saying about peace process to my beloved Afghan nations. As all we know, the peace word is a phenomenal and significant valued issue that we all have to respect that. And we need to welcome the peace process. That's really important for us. And also, we need to interestedly make our best efforts to accomplish the peace agreement or peace resolution. So we can successfully complete the peace process, but provided that we literally should think about some of the conditions which are really needed and important to our peace process. Those conditions can speed up the peace process to be done very quickly. On the other side, we must respect our present government as Afghan nation representative to compromise with Taliban. The Taliban must understand that we respect our government, and they should also respect and admit and understand it as a reality. They should compromise with Afghan government, and they need to accept that. If we look back in the past up to present, we inflicted and destruction our beloved homeland for more than 4 decades. We turned down our people into adversity and miserability. As well, we keep them in a very deeply poverty. I think it is enough. And we all still remember we lost our most beloved family members and our country people during the civil war in these 4 decades. It's enough that we have to stop that. And nobody taking the responsible. Who did all this country destroying, poorness, and killing the people? And everybody says, we brought the freedom and we fought because of our people and our land. But that is wrong. We have to stop all this drama. Now it is a time that we have the global community and our neighboring countries, especially the United States government, to support us to accomplish our peace agreement or peace resolution in a very good, positive result. The other thing is really important that we should understand before we make the peace agreement and peace resolution, we need to add 2 articles or 2 important subjects. Those will be the most guaranteed. What are those? One is the Afghan National Agreement Guarantee, and the second one is the most important, that is the international guarantee. if any peace parties to break or violate the peace agreement or the peace resolution, they must be prosecuted or dragging to the Afghan Supreme Court or to the International Court of Justice.
I agree.
Because we are really tired and we don't want to go back to the civil war and we lose our people. It's not tolerable for us. At the end, I ask the great God to blessing and giving us a good peace and tranquility and peace and moderation. We all need to live in a peace environment, and we are tired of all inflections. And also, we hope our God succeed our government and our political party leaders to unite together to keep their homeland, their country, for defending independence, for territorial integrity, for national protection, honor, and for national unity, and etc. And thank you so much for your patience, that you also accompany us and staying with us and watching us. And again, we go back to the Master Kevin, and we will see if he has any other saying. And I think he has another name for Islam, and we are going to also ask, and what is his name? If you don't mind, I think, your real name is Master Kevin. And do you have any other name like Muhammad? I think I heard one day that you said sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes I believe that be a good
That
name.
is your name, a good name.
A good name, because it's very, very, very good name, very beautiful name.
Oh, thank you.
I'd like to share something. I don't know if
Great.
this is really good, but I've heard what Ghulam was saying about
Yeah.
beloved Afghan nation. I
Yeah.
know how nation loving is.
Yeah,
I'm an American. I love my nation, you know.
yeah,
I have my beliefs, but I love my nation.
right.
And I would like to reach out to the Afghan people and tell you one thing. I'm a little older generation. I was around a long, probably before you guys. You know, you guys were babies when I was a young man.
Yeah,
I remember in Afghanistan,
yeah,
in the 80s, you guys, your whole nation pulled together. You took on the Soviet Union for 10 years. You guys won your liberation from the Soviets.
yeah,
You all pulled together as a nation. So what Ghulam is saying right now, if you all pull together right now to liberate your country for a total peace,
yeah,
there's no reason. You got peace against the Russians, and thousands and hundreds of thousands
Yeah.
died to fight the Russians.
a lot.
There's no reasons to fight your own people. You know, free your nation, make your nation peaceful. You know, you have a good history. Your country goes back to the time of the Mongols, when Genghis Khan
Yeah,
conquered the area, and the Mongols even converted to Islam. Honestly, just what he's saying is true. You know, if you can liberate your country from a foreign nation like the Soviets, liberate your country for peace with God.
yeah, exactly. You are true. You know, and all nation also need to protect their lands, their countries. Like me, my Afghan land is my first land, and I have to be worried about that and take care of that. As well as I live in America, because my kids are studying here, and they are feeding here, all we are feeding here, and we call this as our second country, and we need to protect. If sometimes it is needed, and we need to also protect from the outers, from the foreigners, because this country also have rights on us, and this is the reality that we never ignore that.
I always believe one should always love their nation.
Yeah.
You know, my wife is from a different country, and my wife still loves her nation. Just because you're not there doesn't mean you don't love this country. If I was to leave this country, I would always, when I've left overseas, when I was in the military years ago, I've always loved my nation, and always my country's always been in my heart. But like Ghulam says, you know, just because you're in an adopted nation, in his case, he's an adopted nation, like the second country, that's because he came here probably for work reasons, different reasons. I don't know. And that's only him between him and God. But it shouldn't be because person doesn't quit loving their country. I don't see that. My advice, what I recommend to the Afghan nation, I'm not Afghanistan, never been to Afghanistan. I don't know much about it other than the history.
Yeah.
But I do know this much. If you guys can pull together and conquer a massive army like the Soviets, then why can't you conquer peace?
Right, exactly. And we are going to also end up our life, and before that, but we have to also share another thing with our people in the world. So religion, as I live in America, and we have many religion in America, and today you are a white American and you became a Muslim. So me and you came here and we drink coffee, and we are talking about our Islamic religion, and nobody also come here and fight with us and kill us and beat us and ask us why you do this. I want the same situation we have in Afghanistan, because this is the real Islamic religion is saying, do not punish the people to become Muslim, do not criticize, do not kill the people, do not push the people. We have to let the people that they should also elect and choose their choice by their thought, by their researching. That's the important thing, and we're proud about this way.
We have one thing here in the United States called freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of choice. The reason we're allowed to sit here and talk what we're doing right now without nobody interfering is because we have a right to freedom of religion, freedom of choice, freedom. As long as we're worshiping the same God, there should be no intervention. No man should be able to decide who does what. You know, God, Allah, He gives us free will.
Exactly.
And free will means as long as we worship Him in our way. I wish more people would worship Him in the way I do, but how do I put it? But as long as they're worshiping Him, as long as they submit, that's all that's important to me.
Right.
And the thing is, but yes, you should be able to, even in your beloved nation of Afghanistan, Ghulam, you should be able to sit down and discuss without fear. I think there should be laws on the books that protect you. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Kevin. I really appreciate that you also come here and you give your time for us, and we had I speak and talk about religion. I'm really proud to be a Muslim, and I love my religion, and I feel myself more comfortable, and I'm really happy to have this discussion and these talks with you as well, and this is proudful, and I'm really proud for this. The last thing I'm going to also say to my people again, please, all the political leaders, the government, and some other elders, do not think about private favor. Please think about general and public, not only about yourself. You have to also think publicly, and the public interest and the general interest is number one. It's much better than private favor. Thank you so much that you also watching us and stayed with us. باز هم میخوایم که به فارسی بگیم تشکر از شما که تا این لحظه ما را همراهی کردیم، و من بسیار خوش هستم از اینکه دوست ما برادر ما در کنار ما قرار دارن و مسلمان شدن و بر حسب اینکه خود اینا تحقیق کردن، جستجو کردن و سوالاتی از من پرسان کردم، از دیگه کس پرسان کردم و بالاخره تا اینکه قناعت خود حاصل کردن. به هر حال امیدوارم که برای همه انسان ها توفیق بده تا اینکه راه درست و دین درست خود انتخاب بکنن. تشکر از شما که تا این لحظه با ما همراه بودین و خیلی تشکر. Okay, this is